Hey, hello guys, this is Emil from KaffeLejonet, and today we're playing some more Halo 4. Today we're not doing any achievement guide. We are doing, I'm gonna try to give you some tips and tricks for beating the game on Legendary, either alone or with somebody else. So playing this game on Legendary can be quite challenging, and it can take a lot of time if you're not used to playing on this difficulty. But with a few tips and tricks, you'll find yourself shooting through Promethean Knights and Elites in no time. So my first tip is on the weapons that I recommend using, which is a plasma pistol, because one overcharged shot from it can lower any enemy shield. And as your second weapon, I recommend that you use some sort of a marksman weapon, because they can take out grunts, jackals and the crawlers with only one shot. And the marksman weapons are like the DMR, the battle rifle, the Covenant carbine, and the Promethean marksman weapon. I don't remember what its name is. So my second tip for you is that when you're facing large groups of enemies, you should try to take out the weaker enemies first, because it will make it a whole lot easier for you when you're trying to take on the big enemies like the Hunters, the Elites or the Promethean Knights. And when we're speaking about the Hunters, tip 3, when you're gonna fight off Hunters, don't worry, because there will almost always be some sort of powerful weapon for you to use to defeat them easier, like the rocket launcher, the fuel rod gun. Weapons like that will almost always be at hand for you, so don't worry. So my fourth tip to you is that if you're playing alone on Legendary, then I recommend, or I don't recommend, but it's a tip that if you don't look for trouble, then there are some battles in the game that you actually can skip if you walk past the enemy or sneak around them or something like that, because if you're not the most skilled player, then it might be good for you to try to avoid as much contact with the enemy as possible. Back to tip number 1, when you're fighting off, like let's say here Elites or Promethean Knights, they have a shield which you can disable by shooting an overcharged plasma shot. And if you do this, they will stumble backwards or something like that, which will give you an opening for a quick shot in the head if you have a marksman weapon with you. Also, when using the overcharged plasma method, one way to kill the enemy is to use grenades, especially sticky grenades, because the moment when the enemy stumbles backwards, or they are like standing almost still, which gives you enough time to aim your grenade and throw it at the enemy, and if you manage to stick them while the shield is down, they will immediately die. And my last tip is that try to keep a lot of distance between you and your enemy, because playing on Legendary, they will do a lot of damage, and if you keep a great distance between you and the enemy, it will minimize the risk for them to actually hit you with their shots. So thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more guides and other videos. And if this video helped you, we would appreciate if you clicked on the like button. Also, you can leave a comment on the video if you want us to do any specific guides on achievements or any specific games, and we'll try to get back to you as quickly as we can.